It's late. It's probably 6 or 7. I am powered on green tea right now. I've been working all day on doing portraits and getting orders and things done and shipped out and ready in time for Christmas that I probably haven't even sat down. I have been needing to film the 10-gallon Re-scape of my giant Betta Alexander's tank, and I just haven't gotten to that because I've been so busy. I really just need to get it going. I need to go ahead and Re-scape it and get him in there probably the next day after everything settles down. So I'm probably going to start doing that tonight, or at least filming a few bits of it for you, because I did want to show you what I got and what I will be using. So I'm going to show you everything tonight, and then tomorrow we'll get it all set up. Okay, so since I filmed that intro, I have initiated a partial water change on Alexander's small tank, and I'm scooping out all of the floating plants, except for these. I'm going to keep these. They multiply insanely fast, so I'm just gonna throw most of them away. I really needed to clean this up. I'll have to clean the glass as well in a little bit. But somehow I got duckweed in my tank and it's just gone absolutely mad. And you know, you hear the horror stories. It's only a horror story if you don't like duckweed. And I am telling myself that I do like duckweed because there's no way at this point I can get it out. Also, if you saw my setting up video, I created this fun little floating room a while back. But since then it's actually gotten cloudy and I can't fix that, and it's also full of algae. So I am kind of rethinking my decision on this. It's full of Java moss, which is awesome. I could totally use that, but I think I may nix that because I got this awesome piece of driftwood, and let me show you. Oh, look at this awesome thing. And I know the lighting is low, it is nighttime, so tomorrow I can show you during the day, but just get an idea of the size of this thing. It's going to be the centerpiece and I'm so excited, but if you look at the top, it makes this little almost chair resting place. I'm gonna stuff some Java moss in there and make like a little reclining chair. I think it'll be so cute. Also, I may have to sand some rough areas, but for the most part, it's gorgeous. It's about 2 different shades of brown and I love it. I got this from Betta Botanicals. He has an incredible website with a bunch of fun stuff. Wood, seed pods, leaves, anything you want. It's amazing. So his website will be linked in the description, as well as a link for 15% off of your purchase. All right, let's get going. All right, Alexander has his water. He's doing really well. He's been coloring up. I probably got him almost a week ago now, and he is looking so beautiful. The camera right now doesn't do him justice, but I have some better pictures. So before I call it a night, I'm gonna grab this out, scoop as much Java moss as I can salvage out of it, and I will see you tomorrow. Alright, so I'm in the garage. It is currently raining cats and dogs right now, but I'm about to sand down this just a little bit. There's a few little edges that need to be just cleaned up before I rinse it off. When you are wanting to put wood in your tank, always inspect it. Whether that's running a finger over it and feeling for any sharp edges. It's really important, especially if you have a long finned Betta, but really for any Betta. I just know that the ones with long fins get caught so easily. Honestly, I don't know if he sands them himself, but there were virtually no sharp edges, so that was great. So I'm gonna go rinse this off and then we'll get it in there. Look at that nice dark color, and you can still tell there's about 2 different tones to the wood. I love it. It is just absolutely beautiful. Just gonna grab this one that I had. I think it's resin or plastic, and I liked it for a while, but honestly, looking at real driftwood, I've just wanted real driftwood forever. I mean, this is gonna be a lot of fun to add it, but he's doing so well. I cannot wait to introduce him to his new tank. I think he's gonna love it. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but I absolutely love this plant. It's a type of anubis, and I got this from a friend who just cut a little 3-leafed piece off for me, and now it's this gorgeous piece. I feel kind of bad because it had latched onto the old decor, but we'll get it attached to the new one. I also think I may take this opportunity to get all this gunk out. Look at all that down there. It was really hard to reach before because the wood was there and it just looks bad. It's mostly decaying plant particles. It looks like it's snowing, but the snow's brown. It's kind of gross. So I'm gonna go in with my siphon and just kind of suck that up real quick. Brother stole my tripod, so I won't be able to film this part. And yes, I do have a siphon hose around my neck. I think this would make a great fashion accessory. Alright, it's been probably about an hour and oh my goodness, it is looking amazing. I love this piece of driftwood. I got one of those little glass cups that sticks to the side and makes the coolest little plant holder. It would look better in low light because like I said before, this glare is crazy. This is what I used, the Dymax cultivating pot. It's awesome. So I'm almost done. I do have a few resting spots near the surface. He could also swim up in this little room up here, which I think is so cool. I have one of my favorite plants trailing down. I'll probably add another one over here. But I do have some other really neat products from Betta Botanicals that he sent me, so we're gonna take a quick look at those because I would like to add a few. The options I have are so awesome and I don't know which to use because obviously I don't have room for all at the moment. I'm itching to put a little piece of this in there and I'm not sure where, but it looks so cool. Let me get this piece out right here. It looks so neat. This is one of the first ones that I saw when I took it out of the box. I love that unique shape. I don't know where to put it, but it might look kind of cool down here at the base. Kind of have some roots going, or across the bottom like that. That could look really neat. I really like these little pods over here, so I was thinking maybe I could get the smallest one and put the Anubis in it. I'll probably leave it down there, but maybe I could just put it in the pod. It would look cute, like a little plant pot. Alexander's been watching me the whole time. I think he's very, very excited for his tank, but here's just a look from the distance. I love it. It looks amazing. I was looking at a few more plants up at the top. It'll look really, really nice. I love this piece of driftwood. Oh, also, I desperately need to clean and scrape the glass. So I will do that as well. So guess who forgot to film the last 3 days? Me. I did. But luckily you really didn't miss that much. So I'll kind of fill you in on everything that's happened. So after the last clip, I finished filling up my tank and then I woke up the day after and it was super cloudy, which was totally fine because after everything I added and after the 50% water change, I knew that it was a big bloom of beneficial bacteria, so that was no problem. So I did a partial water change at that point and then just waited for it to go away, and it went away the next day. But then, because I added so much wood and several different kinds of botanicals, that water was clear, but it was so dark. You really couldn't see in there, and I knew if I put my bed in there, I would not be able to see him. So over the last couple days, I have done a few 50% water change, and now it's about 6 p.m. and I'm going to do the last partial water change. I'm also going to do a water change on Alexander's nano tank that he's in right now, just to get him used to the perimeters of the main tank because I'll probably be adding him tomorrow. I said I was only going to do a water change one more time just because it was a little too dark, and then a few days passed because I got really busy and it was light enough, but it still wasn't quite as light as I wanted it. So I did another water change and now it looks great. And I just tested the water and it looks good, so I think today will be the day that Alexander is introduced to his new home. As you can see here, all the levels look really good. I'm really happy about that. I just did another water change and I can see all the way into the tank now. Before I couldn't see anything. It was crazy, and there's a pretty big glare on the tank itself, but you can still see it. You can see it if I put the phone up to it. Everything looks really, really good. The wood is still decomposing a little bit. There's just pieces of decaying plant matter everywhere, but that's okay. That's all part of the process. He loves that tunnel. He loves it. It's his little sea shelter. He loves it. So he has one up here. It's kind of hard to see. It's black, but it's back there. It's his little tunnel. It's like easier to see it from this side. It's right there, so I'm hoping you'll find it. What do you think, buddy? Does it look good? And he's really studying it. Looking great. I honestly don't know how I will feel when this tank is gone, because I've actually kind of liked having it, but I don't really want to keep it going by itself or get some shrimp or something and put it in there. I feel like that would be too much. I feel like it would be kind of a handful, so I'll probably just put it up and keep it on hand for if I need a spare tank or maybe if I need a quarantine tank. But this corner is looking quite beautiful. It was a little longer than half an hour. I ended up waiting another day because I was just kind of nervous. I'm still a little nervous about adding it, but I tested the water. Everything looks good. It's both the same temperature, so I can just go ahead and add him. I think he's ready, honestly. Look at his little face. But I think he's gonna love it, so he'll get to explore everything. And when I was first trying to figure out how I was going to add him to the big tank, I was thinking about using a net, but then I figured that would stress him out, and he's already kind of jumpy still. So what I'm going to do is use a cup. And this is one of my favorite methods to use because I feel like it's not as stressful as a net. So I just wait till he swims to the top, and then I'm going to press it down and just kind of scoop him in there. Like I said, I don't want to scare him, but I got him! And here he is in there. And I don't want him to be freaked out for very long, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add him in there. There he goes, in his tank. Now he'll be able to just swim around and explore. He can figure everything out. I think he's just gonna be looking around for a little while and just I love it! I think once he gets used to everything, he's gonna love it too, but he's just checking it all out. Just zipping around. And I like this too because he was very active in the 1.5 gallon, but he just didn't have the space to go. I think now he'll be a lot more active and he'll just be swimming around a lot. You can see him over there. I hope he finds his tunnel soon because that's his favorite thing. But he's just zipping around. Look at him go. I think he's excited. He looks excited. You can see it in his little tail twitch. Just zipping around. that concludes today's video that was made over probably the past 4 or 5 days. It's definitely been an interesting journey, and I love how his tank turned out. Absolutely love it. Big thank you to Betta Botanicals for all the amazing products that I was able to use in the Re-scape. Don't forget to let me know if there's anything else you want to see on my channel, if you want to see me start doing more of one thing and less of another, or if you want to see more of Alexander and William in my next videos. Maybe even some update videos every now and then to check in on them and see how everything is going. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me on this journey with Alexander, and I will see you soon.